Article 8.
To see if the town will vote to authorize the town manager to enter in up to a 10-year lease agreement for the amount of $685,000 for the purpose of leasing 2 6-wheel trucks, a 1-ton dump truck, and a backhoe, and proper equipment, and to raise and appropriate the sum of $90,000 for the first year's payment for that purpose. This lease agreement contains an escape clause. If passed, this article will require the town to raise $90,000 in property taxes, resulting in the tax rate impact of $0.014 in FY25 based upon projected assessed values.
Anyone from the council for questions? Budget Committee? Anyone from the public?
Richard Belinsky, 89 Hall Road. These vehicles, are these replacing current vehicles or are these additional vehicles? Okay. And why are we replacing them?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Dave Wally, Director of Public Works Municipal Facilities. So to answer your question, we have 4 pieces of equipment that were brought forward. All 4 of them, by the time of receipt, will be extending their life expectancy in service. We actually had 3 large 6-wheelers, according to our replacement plan, that should be brought forward this year. That's an awful lot to ask. So what we did was, and we don't like to get 3 vehicles all in one shot like that because it just compounds problems down the line too when it comes to maintaining these things and then replacing them. It gets us back on track to a more streamlined replacement with 2 vehicles per year. We got 2 approved last year. We had a few years that we had skipped over prior to me arriving here. And so next year we only have 1 large vehicle. So we thought we could defer 1 and then next year just replace 2 as well. And then in I believe it's the 2 years after that, we don't have any large vehicles. We do have other smaller vehicles, but not large ones, such as Truck 5 and Truck 10. So Truck 5 and Truck 10 will exceed their life expectancy by about 3 years. When I toured the facility down there and showed some of this equipment to the Budget Committee, they even saw firsthand how parts of the fatigue right off the hydraulic pumps was peeling off, and I'd hand it to them and whatnot. So they saw it, and I can get this information to you as well.
Yep.
The backhoe, we've had some heavy work that needs to be done on the back end of that machine. It is coming up on its life expectancy of 15 years, and we thought rather than really get into a can of worms with that machine to just follow the program, and by the time we receive it, we'll hit that mark. As well as with one of the 1-tons. Now, the 1-ton Truck 14, if you were to look at that, I was explaining this to the Budget Committee as well, it's a little bit difficult to understand because we actually went and really rehabbed that truck because there was so much rot and decay on the back end of it and everything else and underneath it. This summer, we took some time. We sandblasted it as best we could. We did some patch metal work, and then we repainted it. But you can see in the photos and stuff like that, too, and the Budget Committee was able to even feel it, that you can feel the rust and that's there. So we were just trying to slow down the truck being rotted out right out from underneath this. So so those are the pieces of equipment that we brought forward this year.
Okay, the town trucks, are these treated underneath each year?
Treated.
Treated, you can get it's made from lanolin. It's actually made from sheep's wool. And that stops the rust so you can get longer out of vehicles.
Right.
You just shoot it. I know the fire department knows it.
We can do those things. They are bid out that way in the first year. I will tell you, though, when you're in construction and whatnot and rocks, every time you get a nick or whatever, that spray is now gone. It's not like, something that's a solid material. It's a spray, and once you start getting nicks and this corrosion.
I think you had briefed that during the workshop.
What's that?
That was a question I asked,
Yeah.
and you had briefed that during the workshop.
Yeah. So I mean, you can do it. It's costly to do it, but again, the types of environment that these trucks are in, it's kind of cost prohibitive, really.
Well, just so you know, that coating, if you chip it, it creeps back. It never hardens. That's what it's made for.
Yeah.
It's not all that expensive to do. If you have, I don't know if you do your maintenance on your own vehicles. Spray gun's about $1.50, and it's about $80 a gallon to spray it, and you spray them once a year.
I mean, if we wanted to look at getting longer life out of our vehicles, what I would recommend is going with stainless steel bodies. The hydraulic lines that we use, you can use, there's a new type out there that is less, it's expensive, but doesn't blow as much, it's less corrosive. And then moreover, what we're studying right now with our master plan to have an actual facility will be to actually be able to wash these vehicles more frequently and put them inside a facility rather than having them out in the weather all year long. There's $3 million worth of equipment right now that's sitting out there under the 5 inches of rain we got last week, the ice, the snow, the foot of snow that's been on it and melted off on, you know, excavators and whatnot, because we just don't have a facility. So that'd be a better way of getting an extended longevity out of our equipment.
The 2 6-wheel trucks, what are the current ones? Are they Fords? What are they? F-550s? Oh, do we have?
They're right here, yeah. If you want these, I can give them to you.
Yeah.
It has all the specs, the miles, the hours, everything on it.
That's what I was gonna ask for.
Yep.
You know, if they need to be replaced, they need to be replaced, but
Yeah, these two are internationals, but then the 1 ton is a Ford, and then the backhoe is a Case, a Caterpillar, I'm sorry.
what's the lease include? Do we have any maintenance agreements as part of the lease? We do on our own?
We do purchase, again, depending on how the bids come in, we ask for that as part of the bid package to see what the extended warranty can be on them. And we have, at least in my experience here, and from what I understand in previous purchases, they do purchase those extended warranties.
Okay, but not the extended warranty, a maintenance program. Do we have a maintenance program on them? Are we doing our own maintenance?
Oh, we do our own maintenance on it, yes.
Okay.
And we do our own, we do our own in-house
maintenance.
evaluation of it, and then we take it to a certified state inspection vehicle annually.
Okay. All right, that's what I got. I'll get hold, yeah, can I?
Yep, absolutely, yep.
Because I've, you know,
And I believe-
nothing against you,
I
but
believe
I've,
they're on our website too,
yeah,
as well.
nothing against you, but I've heard
No.
stuff's beyond its useful life before, like the police generator we didn't.
Well, and I would just say to that, I understand that, you know, with equipment and whatnot, and that's why when we were bringing, I don't want to bring forward equipment just because it says the useful life is 10 years and time's up.
Right, and that's my concern.
And that was our analysis of Truck 9, and we thought that it was a little bit more easy on the budgeting process, a little bit easier in the future for the town, and it would streamline, get our program back onto when we're looking for trucks, we're only looking for 2 per year until we get to those gap years as well.
It's like I'm looking at this one, this truck's got 46,000 miles on it.
Understand the miles, but look at the hours
I know,
on
I
the
see the
vehicles.
hours.
And then again,
5,600.
you know, the hauling dirt and gravel is one thing, but when you're hauling salt and calcium
Right,
and
it
you're
eats
out,
everything up.
yeah, and you're running them 48 hours continuously, like we just did this week on one event, and then 18 hours the next on another
Well,
event.
they're made for that.
So,
Detroit
yeah.
diesels, cat diesels.
Well, the
That's what they're made for, so, all right,
okay,
thanks.
yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions?
I'll accept the motion to move this to the deliberative.
So moved?
Second.
Council voting aye.
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 Aye.